Alright, so I'm going to be talking about kind of the layout between the two blogs and comparing the two and seeing which one is more preferable to the viewer. Let's start with hot air here. So at the top we have our main menu, which leads us to the home, which is this page of a couple of other things that people might be interested, viewers might be interested. You got some headlines here. These aren't headlines, obviously, that lead onto hot air. There's the New York Post here and Fox News. There's some hot links over on the sides here. There's a search bar up here. The search bar, though, on the hot air has a bit of a annoying function. If you type in, and I typed in Obama here, if you type in search, it doesn't search within the blog. Instead, it'll go to a Google page, Google search, and it will pull up the hot air links on this Google page, which is fine. It just may not be preferable. But Hot Air is a pretty decent looking site. It's a little bit older style. It's more blocky text. It's got the pages more blocky here. As you can see, you can just scroll through. There's those interesting links on the side. Let's go over to the Daily KOS and see how they do it. So the Daily KOS is a bit more multimedia function. There's a lot of big popping pictures. There's a lot of ads. So if you have a CPU that kind of doesn't run this sort of stuff well, it's going to be a little bit harder on your computer. As you can see, I'm on a laptop and it's not doing so great. But it does have a redeeming factor because you can go here and click List View, and this pulls it up in nice little link formats, a nice list of links, and this will work much better. As you can see, I can just scroll through much quicker with this. With the Daily KOS, they have obviously their front page with their common tags and tells you what their staff is. You can follow them. You can log in. Their search does work a little bit better than the Hot Air blog because you can just let's type in Obama again, and it does stay within the Daily KOS site. It doesn't take you to a Google page, so that's nice. So yeah, that's it.
In the Daily KOS, it's more one long page where you scroll down to the next article. This one is more multimedia based though. It's got more videos and plugins compared to Hot Air. This one has more links and clicks to view which article you want to go to faster. Makes it a little bit easier.
So I'm at the hot air, and I'm looking at the about page to kind of see the publishing standards, and it seems the hot air has several different people who write for it, which I think is good. So it kind of controls who's writing and who's not. And the interesting is it also brings up that only people can comment on the articles if they have an account. So that kind of keeps it secure, and that way people aren't just spamming. Um, and the other website is Daily KOS, and I could not find a necessary list of people who write for it. But as you can see, there are plenty of authors, and some seem to be written just by the site. Others are just other people. So yeah, so I think the standards for both are there. I feel like Hot Air is a little more has higher standards, at least by the way that they have certain editors and they're the only ones that can or write articles. Where it seems the Daily KOS maybe anybody can write and at least submit something, and then it'll go through their editors and decide to post or not.
Looking at the content of both of these blogs, the Daily KOS and Hot Air, it's very apparent that both are primarily political blogs with some focus on just kind of pop culture and entertainment. A little bit of sports here and there, but especially during this time of year, the focus of both blogs are on the election and politics, U.S. politics. Starting with the Daily KOS blog, this one definitely leans more to the left side of the political spectrum. Just scrolling right down, you can see quick links to different cartoons, articles that are easily seen as bias for the left side. And if we switch over to the Hot Air, it's basically the different. This one leans more towards the right. Same, like I said before, similar content. different articles about the news with bias that most conservatives have. More talk about Trump in a positive light rather than a negative light, and vice versa.
The special thing that breaks both Hot Air and Daily KOS is that they are incredibly biased blogs. Hot Air is extremely conservative and anti-Clinton, while Daily KOS is the exact opposite, extremely liberal and anti-Trump. I think this breaks both blogs because neither blog allows its readers to read the full story. Neither blog contains articles which report full and actual accounts, only that of which they want to report and what suits their article. Any blog reporting non-credible content cannot be considered credible, thus breaking both articles.